Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss the example for trapezoidal rule. Obtain an approximation value for the following integral using the trapezium rule with 4 equal integrals. So here we have n is equal to 4. Leave your answer in 4 decimal places. So step number 1 is to determine the value of h, where we have pi over 2 minus pi over 6 over 4. So the value of h will be equal to pi over 12. Next is to construct the table where we have x naught is equal to pi over 6. x1 we have to add on pi over 12. So where we will have pi over 4. x2 is to add on pi over 12 with the pi over 4. And we will have pi over 3. x3 is equal to pi over 3 plus with pi over 12, and we will have 5 pi over 12. So finally, x4 we will have pi over 2. Next is to substitute the value of x into the equation where we have y is equal to square root of sine theta. So do remember, set your calculator in the mode radian because we are dealing with trigo function. And we will have y naught is equal to 0.707107. y1 will be equal to 0.840896. y2 will be equal to y3 will be equal to, and we have y4 is equal to 1. Kindly sum up the situation where we have to sum up y0 and y4. So we will have 1.707107. Next, we have to sum up 1, 2, and 3. Next, kindly substitute the value into the formula, where we have h over 2, which is pi over 12 over 2, multiply with, sum up the y0 and y4. Plus 2 multiply with y1, y2, and y3. And we will have 0.9. Then kindly refers to the question, round up the situation, correct to 4 decimal places. And we will have 0.9445. Video, I'm going to discuss the example for ellipse. Shows that the equation where we have 4x squared plus 9y squared plus 18y minus 27 equals to 0 is an ellipse. Hence, find the center, length of minor, major axis, and sketch the ellipse. So first, we are going to show the situation is an ellipse. So my suggestion is to completing the square for the situation, where we have 4x squared plus with 9y squared plus 18y minus 27 equals to 0. Kindly focus on the part y, where we have 4x squared plus factor the 9, and we will have y squared plus 2y bracket minus 27 equals to 0. Kindly completing the square for the part y, where we have 4x squared plus 9 bracket y squared plus 2y plus bracket, where we have 2 over 2, which is equals to 1 squared, minus 1 squared, minus 27. So here we have the bracket equals to 0. 4x squared plus 9 bracket y plus 1 bracket square minus 1 minus 27 equals to 0. Kindly expand the situation. 4x squared plus 9 bracket y plus 1 bracket square minus 9 minus 27 equals to 0. Rearrange the situation. 4x squared plus 9 multiplied with y plus 1 bracket square equals to 36. Kindly divide all the terms with 36. So where we will have 4x squared over 36, 9 bracket y plus 1 bracket square over 36, and 36 over 36 will be equals to 1. So here we will have x squared over 9 plus y plus 1 bracket square over 4 equals to 1. Shows that it is an ellipse. Next, kindly focus on the standard form of the ellipse, where we have the center 0, -1, followed by the value of A is equals to 3, the value of B is equals to 2, and the value of C is equals to square root of 9 minus 4, where we have the C is equals to square root of 5. Next, kindly sketch the ellipse. So here we have the center 0, -1. Then we have the major axis, followed by the minor axis, which is the y. Next, we have the center named 0, -1. Kindly focus on the value A, where we have moving towards the left and the right for 3 units. So here we have -1, -2, -3. So here we have the major vertices, -3, -1. Next, moving towards the right for 3 units, where we have 1, 2, and 3. So here we have another major vertices, which is 3, -1. Next, focus on the B, moving upward for 2 units and downward for 2 units. So here we have 0, then we have 1. So we have the minor vertices, which is 0 and 1. Next, moving downwards for 2 units, where we have -1, -2, and -3. And we have another minor vertices, 0, -3. So kindly sketch the graph. And we have the situation for ellipse. Next is to determine the focus. So focus will be the moving towards the left for square root of 5 unit. So meaning that we have 0 minus square root of 5, and we have -1. So the focus will be negative square root of 5, -1. Next, we have another focus, which is 0 plus with the square root of 5. So we will have square root of 5, -1. So kindly refers to the question. We have to find the center where we have 0, -1, the length for the minor. So the length for the minor axis, we have the refers to B. 2 multiplied with the 2, so we have 4 unit. Next, the length for the major axis, which is the A. So again, 2 multiplied with the value of A, which is 3. So we have the length for the major axis is 6 unit. So do remember to state the equation for the graph. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the example for parabola. Find the equation of the parabola that axis parallels to the x-axis. Vertex as -3, -1, and passes through the point -7, 2. Hence, sketch the graph. Next, kindly state the formula for parabola. So here we have x squared equals to 4py, where we have the basic graph is open upward and downwards. Another one, we have y squared is equals to 4px, where we have the basic graph open left and open right. So kindly take notes, here we have the symmetrical axis, which is the axis for the parabola, and it is x equals to 0, or we can say y-axis. Next refers to the y squared. Here we have the symmetrical axis, which is y equals to 0, or we can say x-axis. So kindly refers to the question, the parabola that has the axis parallels to x-axis. So means that here will be our answer. So kindly refers to the formula where we have y minus k bracket square is equals to 4p bracket x minus h. Next, kindly refers to the question, we have the vertex is equals to -3, -1. So kindly substitute the vertex, and we have y plus with 1 squared is equals to 4p x plus with the 3. Next, kindly refers to the question, The question said the parabola passes through the point -7 and 2. So where we have x is equals to -7 and y is equals to 2. Kindly substitute the situation. So where we will have 2 plus 1 squared, and we will have 9 is equals to 4p bracket -7 plus 3, and we will have -4. So p will be equals to -9 over 16. Since the p is less than 0, so means that the graph will open towards the left. So kindly refers to the diagram. So here we have the situation, vertex -3, -1. So here we have -1, -2, -3. So here we have -1. So here will be the vertex. Next, we have the symmetrical axis or the parabola axis, which is y is equals to -1. Next, the graph will be open towards the left. So here will be the graph. With the vertex -3, -1. Next, we have the focus, where we have the vertex moving towards the left for 9 over 16 unit, where we have -3, -9 over 16, -1. Simplify the situation, and we will have the focus is -57 over 16, -1. Next is to find the directrix. So where we have the refers to the vertices, where we have -3 plus with 9 over 16. So the directrix will be x is equals to -39 over 16. So here we have the focus. Then we have the directrix, which is x is equals to -39 over 16. Finally, we must have the equations of parabola, where we have to substitute the situation p, -9 over 16. So finally, y plus 1 bracket square is equals to -9 over 4 multiplied with x plus 3. So that will be the equation for the parabola. In this video, I'm going to discuss the example for vector. Given two vector, where we have the vector A, which is 3, p, and 12. And we have the vector B, which is 3p, 3, and 4. A. Determine the value of p such that A and B have the same magnitude. So in here, for the vector A, magnitude for the vector A is equals to the magnitude for the vector B. So kindly focus on the situation where we have square root of 9 plus with the p squared plus with the 144 because of 12 square equals to the magnitude for the vector B, where we have 9p squared plus with the 9 plus with the 16. My suggestion is to square both sides in order to eliminate the square root. Next, we have p squared plus 153 is equals to 9p squared plus with the 25. Rearrange the situation where we have 8p squared plus 25 minus 153. So we will have negative and 128 equals to 0. Divide the situation by 8 and we will have p squared minus with 16 is equals to 0. Then factorize the situation where we will have p minus 4 multiplied with p plus 4 equals to 0. Finally, the p is equals to 4 and we have another p which is equals to negative 4. Next, kindly refers to B. If the P is equals to 2, find the angle between the vector A, where we have vector A is equals to 3i plus 2j plus 12k. Next, we have the vector B minus A, where we have 6, 3, and 4 minus the A, where we have 3, 2, and 12. So the vector B minus A is equals to 3, 1, and negative 8. Then by using the scalar product, where we have the vector A dot with the vector B minus A is equals to magnitude for the vector A, where we have 9 plus with the 4 plus with 144 multiply with the magnitude for the vector B minus A, where we have 9 plus 1 plus 64 cos theta. Next, kindly substitute the situation on the left hand side. So where we will have 3, 2 and 12 dot with the situation 3, 1, negative 8 equals to square root of 157 multiply with square root of 74 cos theta. Kindly dot the situation and we will have 9 plus with the 2 minus 96 equals to square root of 618 multiply with the cos theta. So we will have cos theta is equals to negative 85 over square root of 618. Finally, the theta is equals to 142.05, or we can write it as 142.1 degree. So here we have the angle between the vector A and the vector B minus A. Next, kindly refers to C, where we have given A cross B is equals to negative 32i plus 24j plus 6k, shows that P is equals to 1. So here we have vector A cross with the vector B, where we have I, j and k. Kindly substitute the situation for the A, where we have 3, P and 12, followed by 3P, 3 and 4. Kindly cross the situation. Kindly close up the I. Focus on J and K, where we have 4P minus 3 multiply with the 12 and we will have negative 36. Followed by close up the J. Focus on I and K. So we will have 12 minus 3P multiply with the 12 and we will have negative 36P. Next, kindly close up the K. Focus on I cross J. So we will have 9 minus negative 3P squared. So kindly compare the situation. So I prefer the first one, where we have negative 32 is equals to 4P minus 36. So rearrange the situation. So where we will have 36 minus 32 is equals to 4P. So we will have 4 is equals to 4P. So where we have P is equals to 1. And we already shown that P is equals to 1 for the situation A cross B. Hence, find the first situation, the vector equation of the plane, where we have the plane 1, name it as pi 1, contain the vector A and the vector B. So in order to find the equation for the plane, where we have the formula R dot n is equals to A dot n. So in here, in order to find the normal, where we have to use the situation A cross B, which is the normal, where we have negative 32, 24, and 6. Next, we have the A, which is the point. So in here will be the origin. So kindly substitute the situation. So where we have X, Y, and Z represent the R dot with the normal, negative 32, 24, and 6 equals to, where the point we have the origin, dot with the normal, negative 32, 24, and 6. So in here, the question asking about the vector equation. So where we have R dot with the normal, negative 32, 24, and 6 is equals to 0. So here we have the vector equation. If the question asking about the Cartesian equation, so here we have negative 32x plus 24y plus with 6z is equals to 0. So here we have the Cartesian equation of a plane. Next, number 2, the angle between the plane pi 1 and the pi 2, where the pi 2 is defined by its Cartesian equation, 2x plus 2y minus z is equals to 5. So my suggestion is to make use of the scalar product, where we have the vector A dot with the vector B is equals to magnitude for vector A multiply with the magnitude for vector B cos theta. So kindly represent the situation for the normal. So where we have negative 32, 24, and 6 dot with the normal for the plane 2, where we have 2, 2 and negative 1 equals to the magnitude for the vector A, where we have negative 32 bracket square plus 24 bracket square plus with 36 multiply with the magnitude for the vector B, where we have 4 plus with the 4 plus with the 1 cos theta. Focus on the left hand side. Kindly dot the situation where we have negative 64 plus 48 minus 6 equals to square root of 1636 multiply with another square root where we have 9 cos theta. Focus on the left hand side where we have negative 70 plus with the 48 and we will have negative 22 over square root of 1636 multiply with the 3 equals to the cos theta. So in here, cos theta will be equal to negative 0.1813. Finally, theta. So kindly refers to the diagram. So here we have the situation for plane 1. Next, we have another plane over here. So kindly name the situation where we have pi 1 and this one we have pi 2. So as we all know, there will be a normal for each plane. So kindly consider the situation. Here we have the normal for the plane 2. Next, we have another normal from the plane 1. Let's say here will be the normal. Then this one will be the normal for the plane 1. So if using the scalar product, so here will be the theta. So here we have the theta, which is 100.4 degree. So same goes to this part where we have 100.4 degree. So as we all know, here we have 90 because of the normal. So means that 360 degree minus with 180 degree minus with 100.4 degree. So we will have the angle, which namely as A. So we will have 79.6 degree. So means that the angle between the plane 1 and the plane 2 is equal to 79.6 degree. Or we may express the situation as B, meaning that 180 minus with the 79.6 degree. So the angle for B, or we can say the angle between the plane 1 and the plane 2 is equal to 100.4 degree. So either one will be the answer. In this video, I'm going to discuss the example for random variable. A model of a student marks in an examination is as follows. The mark score is modeled as M plus with the X, where M is the mark which the student through ability warrants and the X is the random integer in the range -3 to 3. The distribution for the random variable is taken to be where we have the probability is equals to the probabilities that X equals to -X, which is equals to the function K multiplied with 6 minus X, where we have the domain X is equals to 0, 1, 2, and 3. So tabulate the distribution for the X. Shows that K is equals to 1 over 30. So here we are going to construct a table where we have the random variable. Kindly refers to the situation. If we substitute 0, then we will have the random variable X 0. If we substitute 1, and we will have the random variable 1. At the same time, we also have the random variable -1. Next, if we substitute 2, and we will have the random variable 2. And at the same time, we're going to substitute at this part and we will have -2. Same goes to the X is equals to 3. So we will have 3 and -3. So kindly construct the table where we have -3, -2, -1 followed by 0, 1, 2, and 3. Next is to focus the probability. So if we substitute the 0, and we will have 6K. If we substitute 1, and we will have 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5, and we will have 5K. So do remember, if we substitute 1, and we will have the random variable X is equal to 1, then at the same time, we have X is equal to -1. So here we will have 5K. If we substitute the X is equal to 2, and we will have 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4K. So here we will have 4k. So at the same time, x is equals to 2, and we also have x is equals to negative 2. So here we will have 4k as well. Next, if we substitute 3, so we will have 6 minus 3, which is equals to 3k. So do remember, x is equals to 3, and at the same time, x is equals to negative 3. So we will have 3k as well. So as we all know, the summation for the probability must be equals to 1 because it is a random variable. So means that we have to sum up all the probability where we have 3k plus with the 4k plus with the 5k, 6k, 5k, 4k and 3k. So in total, we have 30k is equals to 1. So k is equals to 1 over 30. Then we already shown the situation. Next, kindly substitute the k into the probability distribution table. Next, we will have the probabilities that x, when the x is equals to negative 3, and we will have 3 over 30, followed by 4 over 30, next 5 over 30, then 6 over 30, 5 over 30, 4 over 30, and we have 3 over 30. Next is to find the standard deviation. So my suggestion is to have the situation x multiply with the probability. So we will have negative 9 over 30, next negative 8 over 30, followed by negative 5 over 30, then 0, 5 over 30, 8 over 30, and 9 over 30. Next, another suggestion where we have x squared multiply with the probability. So where we have to square this part, and we will have 9 multiply with the probability. So we will have 27 over 30, followed by square for the situation, and we will have 4 multiply with 4 over 30. So we will have 16 over 30, followed by 1 multiply with this part, and we will have 5 over 30, followed by 0. Keep on doing the same thing. Square the situation, multiply with the probability, and we will have 5 over 30. 4 multiply with the situation, and we will have 16 over 30. And we have 9 multiply with the situation, and we will have 27 over 30. So according to this part, where we have Ex is equals to summation for x multiply with the probability. So what we have to do is to add on the situation. And we have the expected value, which is equals to 0. Next, for this part, we have Ex squared, where we have the summation for x squared multiply with the probability. So means that we have to sum up the situation. So in here, the Ex squared is equals to 27 plus with the 16, 5, followed by 5 plus with the 16, and we have 27 over by 30. So finally, we have the Ex squared is equals to 96 over 30. Simplify the situation, and we will have Ex squared is equals to 16 over 5 or 3.2. Next is to find the variance. Formula for variance, we have Ex squared minus with bracket Ex or the mean squared. So kindly substitute the situation where we have 16 over 5 minus 0. So the variance is equals to 16 over 5. Then is to find the standard deviation. So the standard deviation is equals to the square root of 16 over 5. And we will have 4 multiplied with the square root of 5 over 5, or 1.79. Next, kindly focus on the question C. Find the probabilities that student scoring a mark is higher than his true ability. So meaning that we have the situation, probabilities that x greater than 0. So the situation will be probabilities that x greater equals to 1, because this is the discrete random variable. So kindly focus on x greater equals to 1. So we will have 5 plus with the 4 and the 3 over 30. So probabilities that x greater than 0 will be equals to 12 over 30. Kindly simplify the situation. So probabilities that x greater than 0 is equals to 2 over 5 or 0.4. Video, I'm going to discuss the example for continuous random variable. The cumulative distribution of a continuous random variable x is defined as the function given, where the a and b are constant. Find the value of a and b. So next, focus on the situation in order to find a and b. So as we can see, f2 is equals to 8a. Next, kindly relate to these part. f2 means that we have to substitute the value 2 into the x. So we will have b bracket 10 minus with, where we have 4 over 2, which is equals to 2, minus with 16 over 3 equals to 8a. Kindly simplify the situation and we will have 8 minus with 16 over 3. Finally, we have 8b over 3 is equals to 8a. So simplify the situation. So b is equals to 3a. Then here we have the first equation. Next, kindly focus on these parts as well, where we have f6, which is equals to, kindly substitute the situation in these parts. So where we will have b bracket 30 minus with 6 square, we will have 36 over 2, where we have 18, minus with 16 over 3. Simplify the situation, and we will have f6 is equals to 30 minus 18, and we will have 12, minus with 16 over 3, and we will have 20b over 3. So kindly refers to these part. f6 is equals to 1. So here we will have 1 is equals to 20b over 3. So meaning that b is equals to 3 over 20. So kindly substitute the b into the first equation and we will have b is equals to 3a. Substitute the b and we have the b, which is 3 over 20 is equals to 3a. So a will be equals to 1 over 20. So kindly substitute the situation into the function. Kindly refers to b. Find the probability density function. So meaning that what we have to do is to differentiate the cumulative distribution function. So here we have differentiate the situation with respect to x. So we will have the function 0. Next, differentiate the situation where we have x cubed over 20 with respect to x. Followed by differentiate the situation where we have the function 3 over 20 multiplied with 5x minus x squared over 2 minus 16 over 3 with respect to x. Next, differentiate the function 1 with respect to x. And we will have 0 followed by 3x squared over 20. Next, we have 3 over 20. Focus at the internal function where we have differentiate the 5x with respect to x and we will have 5. Minus x squared over 2 and we will have x minus 16 over 3, which is the constant, and we will obtain 0. If we differentiate 1 with respect to x and we will have 0. So here we have the probability density function. First, we have 3x squared over 20 for the domain. X is greater equals to 0 and less than 2. Followed by 3 over 20 multiplied with 5 minus x with the domain. X is greater equals to 2 and less than 6. Finally, we have the function 0 for otherwise. Kindly refers to C. If y is equals to x plus 2, shows that ey is equals to 21 over 5. So ey means that the expectation value. So first what we have to do is to find the ex, where we have integrate negative infinity until infinity, x multiplied with the function fx with respect to x. Kindly refers to the probability density function. So integrate from 0 until 2 for the function 3x cubed. Means that we have to multiply this one with the x over 20 with respect to x. plus from 2 to 6 for the function 3 over 20 bracket multiply the function with the x. So where we have 5x minus x squared with respect to x. Next, integrate the situation. So we will have 3x to the power 4 over 4 multiplied with the 20 and with the limit to 0 plus 3 over 20 bracket where we have 5x squared over 2 minus x to the power 3 over 3 bracket with the limit 6, 2. Kindly substitute the value. So we will have, if we substitute the 2, and we will have 2 to the power of 4, which is 16, multiply with the 3, where we will have 48 over 80 minus 0. Simplify the situation, and we will have 3 over 5. Next is to focus on the right hand side. If we substitute the 6, and we will have plus 3 over 20, bracket, and we will obtain 18, minus, if we substitute the 2, and we will obtain 22 over 3. Kindly simplify the situation, and we will have 8 over 5. So means that the EX, or the expected value for X, is equals to 11 over 5. Next, by referring to the situation, question asks us to find the EY, where we have y is equals to x plus 2. So by using the properties for the mean, and we have EX plus with E bracket 2. So we will have EX plus with the 2. Kindly substitute the EX, and we will have 11 over 5 plus with the 2. So finally, the E bracket Y is equals to 21 over 5. And we already shown the situation. In this video, I'm going to discuss the example for Poisson distribution. The average numbers of students entering the counselor room between the 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. is 8. So in here we have Poissonly distributed with mean 8 for 30 minutes. Here we have the title. Kindly refers to A, where we have the probabilities that 4 to 7 students will enter the counselor room at that particular time. So means that from 8 to 8:30 a.m. So here we have x is greater equals to 4 less than equals to 7. Next, by referring to the table, and we have the formula, x is greater equals to 4 minus the probabilities that x is greater equals to 8. Kindly refers to the Poisson distribution table, and we have the probability when x is greater equals to 4, the probability will be 0.9576 minus for the probabilities that x greater equals to 8, and we will have 0.5470. So the probabilities that x is greater equals to 4 less than equals to 7 is equals to 0.4106. Kindly refers to the question B. The value for t if the probabilities that less than t students. So in here we have the question x less than t. So means that we have less than t. Entering the counselor room between 8 to 9. So here we have 1 hour. So means that we have to modify the title. X is Poissonly distributed with 1 hour. So here we will have to multiply with 2 in order to get the 60 minutes, which is the 1 hour. So our mean will become 16. So the situation is equals to 0.4667. Kindly refers to the situation. Modify the situation on the left. By referring to the table, where we have 1 minus probabilities that x greater than equals to t equals to 0.4667. Rearrange the situation. So probabilities that x greater equals to t is equals to 1 minus 0.4667. Probabilities that x greater equals to t is equals to 0.5333. By referring to the table, and we kindly refers to the probability where we have 0.5333. And the value of x or the r will be equals to 16. So t is equals to 16. In In this video, I'm going to discuss the example for normal distribution. The mark obtained by 5,000 students in the SM025 final examination are normally distributed with the mean 60 and the standard deviation 8. So do remember, express the situation in variance. A. Find the probabilities that a student chosen at random lay marks between 50 to 70. So here we have the questions. X is greater than 50, less than 70. So here we have the keywords between. Means that 50 and 70 is not included. Step number 1. Kindly standardize the situation. Step number 1. Standardize the situation. So where we will have 50 minus 60 over 8. Followed by Z. Then less than 70 minus 60 over 8 as well. So simplify the situation. So probabilities that Z is greater than negative 1.25, less than 1.25. So kindly refers to the table. So locate the situation where we have Z is equals to negative 1.25 and Z is equals to 1.25. Shaded the region. Kindly refers to the formula. So means that what we have to do is to eliminate Z is greater equals to 1.25. Same goes to this part. So here we have 1 minus probabilities that Z greater than 1.25 for the part A. For the part B, we were having the same situation. So means that we have to multiply with the 2. So refers to the table where we have 1 minus 2 multiply with 0.1056. So simplify the situation and we will have 1 minus 132 over 625. As a conclusion, the probabilities that between 50 to 70 is equals to 0.7888. Kindly refers to B. If a student with 80 mark or more is considered excellent, estimate the numbers of excellent students. So in here, the question will be probabilities that X and 80. Refers to the question 80 marks or more. So means that greater and equals to. Step number 1, standardize the situation. So where we have probabilities that Z is greater equals to 80 minus 60 over 8. Simplify the situation. Probabilities that Z is greater equals to 2.5. By referring to the table and the probabilities that X is greater equals to 80, 0.00621. So here in total, we have 5,000 students. So means that we have to make use of the 5,000 multiply with the probability 0.00621. So we will have the total student which is equals to 31.05. Kindly round up the situation and we will have 31 students who will get excellent. Kindly refers to the question C, given 75%, where we have 0.75 as a probability of the student pass the examination. Estimate the minimum passing marks. So in here, we have probabilities that X greater equals to A. Let the A become the passing mark, which is equals to 0.75. Step number 1, standardize the situation. So we will have Z greater equals to A minus 60 over 8 equals to 0.75. Next, refers to the diagram. Then, locate the value of Z on the left. Refers to the question, Z is greater equals to A minus 60 over 8, where we have the region. So in here, what we have to do is to modify the situation. Kindly flip the diagram. And we have the Z is on the right. Then we have the region on the left. So in order to have the situation or the probability on this part, so what we have to do is to modify the situation. 1 minus, eliminate this part where we have probabilities that Z is greater equals to A minus 60 over 8, which is equals to 0.75. Rearrange the situation. Probabilities that Z greater equals to A minus 60 over 8 is equals to 1 minus 0.75, and we will have 0.25. Kindly refers to the statistical table, and we have the value for alpha, which is equals to 0.25. The value of Z will be equals to 0.6745. So here will be the situation. Kindly refers to the diagram where we have the original position of the Z actually is equals to negative 0.6745. So the Z actually is equals to A minus 60 over 8. So A minus 60 over 8 is equals to negative 0.6745. Rearrange the situation in order to have the value of A, or the minimum passing marks. So A is equals to 8 multiplied with negative 0.6745 plus with the 60. So the passing mark for A is equals to 54.6 marks, or we can say A is equals to 54.6% as the minimum passing mark. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you think the video is useful, kindly consider to like, comment, share and subscribe.